Did you know that our earliest experiences of love can profoundly shape our adult relationships? These early moments, filled with tenderness and care, lay the foundation for how we perceive and engage in love later in life. It's true. The way we were loved as children often becomes the blueprint for how we love and seek love as adults. The gentle touch of a parent, the reassuring words, and the warmth of a hug all contribute to our understanding of what love should feel like. This is because our early bonds with caregivers create a template for attachment. These bonds are not just about physical proximity, but also about emotional availability and responsiveness. Attachment is our innate need to connect with others for comfort and security. From the moment we are born, we seek out these connections to feel safe and understood. How our caregivers respond to our needs for connection shapes our expectations about relationships. If our needs are met with consistency and warmth, we learn to trust and feel secure in our relationships. These expectations, often unconscious, influence how we approach intimacy, communication, and conflict in our romantic partnerships. They guide our behaviors and reactions, often without us even realizing it. Understanding this connection is crucial for building and maintaining healthy, fulfilling relationships. By recognizing the patterns from our childhood, we can work towards creating more positive and nurturing relationships in our adult lives. This awareness allows us to break free from negative cycles and build a foundation of love and trust that can withstand the challenges of life. Just like we have unique personalities, we also have distinct love styles. These love styles are not just random, they are deeply ingrained in us, often without us even realizing it. These styles, often categorized as anxious, avoidant, or secure, are deeply rooted in our childhood experiences. The way we were nurtured and the emotional environment we grew up in play a significant role in shaping these styles. They reflect the ways we learn to connect with our primary caregivers. For instance, a child who received consistent love and support is likely to develop a secure attachment style. Conversely, a child who experienced neglect or inconsistency might develop an anxious or avoidant style. These early relationships shape our beliefs about ourselves and others, influencing how we interact in our adult relationships. Recognizing your own love style can be a powerful tool for self-discovery and relationship growth. It's like holding a mirror up to your past and understanding how it affects your present. It allows you to understand your patterns in relationships, both the strengths and the challenges you bring to the table. This awareness can be the first step towards meaningful change. By understanding your love style, you can begin to identify and address any negative patterns that may be hindering your ability to experience true intimacy and connection. This process involves not just recognizing these patterns, but actively working to change them. Therapy, self-reflection, and open communication with your partner can be invaluable tools in this journey. By addressing these issues, you can create healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Ultimately, understanding and evolving your love style is about creating a deeper connection with yourself and others. It's about breaking free from the past and building a future where love and intimacy can thrive. Unraveling the connection between our past and present relationships can be a complex journey. It's like navigating a labyrinth, where each turn and twist represents a different aspect of our emotional history. As we walk through this maze, we often find ourselves reflecting on the paths we've taken and the choices we've made. Often, we are unaware of how deeply our childhood experiences influence our current behaviors and relationship patterns. The games we played, the stories we were told, and the way our caregivers responded to our needs all leave an indelible mark on our psyche. These early interactions form the blueprint for how we connect with others throughout our lives. We might find ourselves repeating the same mistakes in love, feeling drawn to partners who trigger our insecurities, or struggling to create the kind of lasting, secure connection we crave. These patterns can be frustrating and disheartening, leading us to question our worth and our ability to love and be loved. It's as if we're caught in a cycle, unable to break free from the shadows of our past. This is where self-reflection and a willingness to explore our past become essential. By taking the time to meditate, read, and seek guidance from therapists, we can begin to peel back the layers of our emotional history. This process requires courage and patience, as it often involves confronting painful memories and acknowledging the ways in which we've been hurt. By examining our early attachment experiences, we can begin to understand the origins of our love style. Whether we were raised in an environment of warmth and security or one of neglect and inconsistency, these early bonds shape our expectations and behaviors in relationships. Reflecting on these experiences allows us to see the patterns that have been playing out in our lives, often without our conscious awareness. This understanding allows us to break free from unhealthy patterns and create more fulfilling relationships based on trust, vulnerability, and emotional safety. By recognizing the impact of our early bonds, we can make more informed choices about who we let into our lives and how we interact with them. This journey of self-discovery and healing opens the door to deeper connections and a more authentic expression of love. Through this process, we not only transform our relationships but also our sense of self, paving the way for a more fulfilling and emotionally rich life. Individuals with an anxious love style often crave closeness and intimacy. They may experience a heightened fear of rejection and abandonment, leading them to seek constant reassurance and validation from their partners. This stems from childhood experiences where caregivers may have been inconsistently available, both emotionally and physically. For example, imagine a child whose parent is sometimes affectionate and attentive, but other times withdrawn and emotionally distant. This inconsistency can create anxiety and insecurity in the child, leading them to crave constant reassurance and affirmation. This pattern can carry over into adulthood, with the individual constantly seeking confirmation of their partner's love and commitment. Those with an avoidant love style, on the other hand, tend to value independence and self-reliance. They may appear emotionally distant in relationships, shying away from intimacy and vulnerability. This pattern often originates from childhood experiences where emotional needs were dismissed or met with disapproval. Consider a child whose attempts to express affection or seek comfort are met with indifference or rejection. This child may learn to suppress their need for closeness, becoming emotionally self-sufficient to avoid the pain of rejection. As adults, they may struggle to open up emotionally, fearing intimacy and vulnerability. Securely attached individuals approach relationships with a sense of trust and emotional openness. They feel comfortable both giving and receiving love, and they are able to navigate conflict constructively. This secure foundation is often built upon consistent and responsive caregiving in childhood. When a child's needs for comfort and connection are consistently met with love and understanding, they develop a secure attachment style. This allows them to approach relationships with a sense of safety and confidence, knowing that they are worthy of love and that their needs will be respected. Understanding your love style is not about labeling yourself or blaming your past. It's about gaining self-awareness, a key ingredient for personal growth and healthier relationships. When you recognize your patterns and understand their origins, you can begin to make conscious choices that support your emotional well-being and the health of your relationships. For example, if you tend to be anxiously attached, you can learn to communicate your needs more effectively and develop strategies for managing your fear of rejection. If you lean towards an avoidant style, you can work on gradually increasing your comfort with vulnerability and emotional closeness. The connection between our childhood experiences and our adult love lives is undeniable. Our early bonds shape our beliefs about ourselves, others, and the nature of love itself. Recognizing this connection is not about dwelling on the past, but about understanding how it continues to influence our present. By acknowledging the impact of our past, we can begin to heal old wounds, challenge negative beliefs, and create more fulfilling relationships. We can learn to break free from destructive patterns and build stronger, healthier connections based on mutual respect, understanding, and secure attachment. Understanding your love style is an ongoing journey of self-discovery. It's about exploring your past, acknowledging your patterns, and making conscious choices that support your emotional growth and the health of your relationships. Remember, you are not defined by your past. You have the power to create the loving, fulfilling relationships you deserve. By embracing self-awareness and seeking support when needed, you can rewrite your love story and build a future filled with secure, joyful, and lasting connections.